What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Oe, and today I'm going to be reviewing Netflix's South Korean zombie series, All of Us Are Dead. Now, when it comes to zombie movies and shows, I feel like Western cinema has just been dropping the ball lately. I think the last big zombie movie that came out was Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, which, talk about a total snooze fest and disappointment. That movie could have been so much more. And we do have The Walking Dead still. I think it's on its last season, but honestly, who gives a shit? And if you still do, God bless your heart. I jumped off that show like back in season 6 or 7. It just got too dark and depressing for me. I couldn't deal with it anymore. But South Korea, whenever they're paired up with Netflix and have to do something in the zombie genre, I feel like they knock it out of the park 90% of the time. Like, I love Train to Busan 1 and The Kingdom Season 1 and 2. And you could add All of Us Are Dead to the list as well. I enjoyed the hell out of this show. Now, All of Us Are Dead takes place in a city in South Korea and centers around a group of students in a high school as they fight off hordes of the undead. Now, going into the show, I was thinking zombie outbreak, teenagers. This has all the makings of a shitty CW show, but I'm glad to say I was wrong on that. While you do deal with teenage angst, all the melodramatic bullshit, love triangles, dealing with your crush and whatnot, you do deal with all that teenage bullshit, but I enjoyed it for the most part. Like, I enjoyed the core group of students that the show focused on. I thought they had great chemistry, they were funny, so when these characters started dropping like flies, I really did feel sad to see some of them go. But what I also love about this show is that we don't just deal with this group of students trying to fight off hordes of the undead. We get to see the whole city get engulfed by this zombie outbreak. We get to see this outbreak happen day by day. Not only do we get to see how these students react to this zombie outbreak, but we get to see regular, everyday people react to this, as well as government officials. I mean, there's so many characters in this show, almost to a fault, to where I felt like they could have trimmed a lot of fat in this show. I mean, this show is 12 episodes, an hour long each episode. It starts to drag a little bit towards the end. I mean, I felt like they were just putting our characters in crazy situation after crazy situation to where it kind of got exhausting. But I'll tell you what, they did some creative things to make the zombie genre still feel fresh. Like, they put our group of survivors in some pretty interesting and crazy situations that made for really suspenseful action set pieces. But there's just too many characters and too many subplots. They really could have trimmed a lot of that out, maybe condensed the season into 10 episodes instead. Like, there's a subplot with a baby, a social media influencer, and a detective. They could have trimmed a lot of that out or cut it completely. I don't think the show would have suffered either way. But with that said, I did enjoy their point of view with everything going on. Like I said, I enjoyed just seeing chaos and the zombie horde engulfed this whole city. And I thought the zombies in this show were fantastic as well. I mean, they looked scary, they looked disgusting, and there's also different type of zombies. There's a few characters in the show that get turned into half-human, half-zombie beings, and that just added an interesting and intriguing element to the zombies in this show. It had like a Resident Evil feel to it, so just another great layer to the show. So the zombies in this show were very scary, and it got to a point where I was just exhausted for our core group of students fighting off this zombie horde. I just felt so damn bad for them. I was like, please God, let these students just catch one damn break. Now, the tone of the show is kind of all over the place at times. I feel like we go to one scene where it's melodramatic, and then it'll go to another scene where it's kind of goofy and characters are being funny. The tone was kind of all over the place, but I kind of like that about this show. Shows like The Walking Dead get so depressing and dark at some times that just weighs you down. This show having different tones from one scene to another, I kind of felt like that helped the momentum of the show. So yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of the show. Like I said, the few flaws that I had was that there were just too many characters and a few subplots that we probably could have cut out or trimmed the time of some of these subplots to condense the show into being maybe 10 episodes instead of 12. Other than that, I had a damn good time with this show. Now, does All of Us Are Dead reinvent the zombie genre? No, it doesn't, but it does keep the wheel spinning. It did feel refreshing to see this type of story and the way it was approached in the zombie genre. So I'm going to have to rate All of Us Are Dead. I'm going to give it an 8.0 out of 10. So that's my review of All of Us Are Dead. Post down in the comments section down below of what you thought of the show. Let me know. So if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see me again, hit that subscribe button as well. And I will see you all next time. See ya.